Yeah, there's a spy over there. Spy! There's a spy over here. We got a spy. The freaking scout's a spy. The freaking soldier's a spy. That freaking pyro's a spy. The freaking demo's a spy. The freaking heavy's a spy. That freaking hard hat's a spy. That freaking medic's a spy. That freaking sniper's a spy. That spy ain't one of us.
Boys, we have a traitor! Spy in our midst, men! Spy! That scout is a spy! That soldier is a spy! That pyro is a spy! That demo man is a spy! That heavy is a spy! That engineer is a spy! That medic is a spy! That sniper is a spy! That spy is not one of ours!
Bloody spy! Spy around here! Spy! That scout's a bloody spy! That soldier's a bloody spy! That pyro's a bloody spy! That demo's a bloody spy! That heavy's a bloody spy! That engineer's a bloody spy! That medic's a bloody spy! That sniper's a bloody spy! That spy's a bloody traitor!
Spy! I see spy! A spy! I spy with my little eye! Scout is spy! Soldier is spy! Pyro is spy! Demo man is spy! Heavy is spy! Engineer is spy! Medic is spy! Sniper is spy! Spy is not our spy!
Hey boys, it's a spy! Spy around here. There's a spy creeping around here. That scout's a spy. That soldier's a spy. That pyro's a spy. That demo's a spy. That heavy's a spy. That engineer's a spy. That medic's a spy. That sniper's a spy. That spy's one of them. That spy ain't on our side.
Spy! Achtung! Spy! The scout is a spy! The soldier is a spy! The pyro is a spy! The demo man is a spy! The heavy is a spy! The engineer is a spy! The medic is a spy! The sniper is a spy! The spy is a double agent!
Spy! Spy around here! Spy here! The scout is a spy! The soldier is a spy! The pyro is a spy! The demo man is a spy! The heavy is a spy! The engineer is a spy! The medic is a spy! The sniper is a spy! That spy is an enemy!
It seems I am not the only spy. Spy in our midst. Spy, gentlemen. Spy among us. That scout is a spy. The soldier is a spy. The pyro is a spy. The demo man is a spy. The heavy is a spy. The engineer is a spy. The medic is a spy. The sniper is a spy. That spy is an enemy. That spy is not one of us.